Good morning friends, welcome back to Panika Tutorials. In the last video, I have discussed what is the need for a scheduling algorithm, what are the objectives of any scheduling algorithm, what are the broad categories of scheduling algorithms such as non-preemptive scheduling algorithms and preemptive scheduling algorithms. I hope you have watched that video. If you did not watch that video, I request you to go back and watch that video and come back to this video. In this video, I want to discuss about arrival time, burst time, completion time, turnaround time, waiting time, response time. All these terminologies are very important for you to understand any scheduling algorithm, because in any scheduling algorithm, they will provide you the process name, arrival time and burst time. Then they will ask you to compute the completion time, turnaround time and waiting time. So you should know these terminologies before understanding any scheduling algorithm. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me discuss about the arrival time. Look at this one. What is the definition of an arrival time is time at which the process arrives in the ready state is called as arrival time. In a process state diagram, we have 7 states. They are new, ready, running, terminated, wait, suspended wait and suspended ready. Now, look at the new state and the ready state. Okay, now once the process is ready to execute, it will arrive from the new state to the ready state. In a ready state, you will have a ready queue. All the process which have arrived, they will be there in the ready queue. So look at this one. The arrival time is defined as time at which the process arrives in the ready state is called as arrival time. Is it clear? Now look at the completion time. Now, before discussing about the completion time, let me discuss about the burst time. Time required by a process for a CPU execution. Suppose let's take that process P1 has arrived to the ready state. Now, it needs 3 units of CPU time to complete its task. So, what is the process P1 burst time is 3 units. If the CPU provides 3 units of time, then it will complete its task. Once it is complete, it will go to the terminated state. Okay, so from ready state, it will go to the running state. It will execute for 3 units of time. Then it will go to the terminated state. Is it clear? Now, look at the completion time. Time at which the process completes its execution. Look at here. Suppose let's take that process P1 has arrived at 0 units of time and process P1 has completed its task at 4 units of time and its burst time is 3 units. Okay, so if you look at the arrival time is 0 units for the process P1. What is the completion time? At which time the process has completed its task? At 4 units of time, the process P1 has completed its task. Now, burst time is how much CPU time it is required. Time required by a process for a CPU execution is 3 units. Now, look at the turnaround time. Turnaround time is defined as the time difference between the completion time minus arrival time. When the process P1 has completed its task and when it has arrived. Then, if you find the difference between them, then you can easily find the turnaround time. Look at this example. Process P1 has completed its task at 4 units of time. However, it has arrived at 0 units of time. So totally it has spent 4 units of time. So that one we will call it as a turnaround time. It is defined as completion time minus arrival time. Lot of students will confuse with these two terminologies. So that's why I'm giving more importance for the turnaround time and waiting time. Now look at here. How much time it is waited is defined as the waiting time. So it is nothing but turnaround time minus burst time. How much time it has turned inside the process state diagram? 4 units. What is its burst time? What is its actual time? 3 units is the required CPU time to complete its task. Then 4 minus 3 is 1 unit. It has waited for 1 unit of time to get its task to go to the running state. So this is the way we can define the turnaround time and waiting time. Now let me discuss the response time. The response time is defined as the difference between the time at which a process gets CPU first time minus arrival time. Now look at here. Let's take that the time at which the process gets the CPU execution time. Let's take that process P1 has get the CPU first time at 1 unit of time and its arrival time is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So it took 1 unit of time to see for the CPU to respond to the given process P1. That is what the meaning called response time. If you did not understand with this example, let me discuss with a one real-time example so that you will understand the concept in a better way. Okay, let's take that. You went to a restaurant, okay? Some restaurant you went, okay, at 8 p.m. Let's take that, okay? And you have ordered some biryani, okay? Now you know that if someone gives a one pot of biryani, you will complete in 15 minutes. You know about your stamina and standard. So 15 minutes is required for you to complete one pot of biryani. Is it clear? Now, this one is called as a burst time. Time required to complete your task. Is it clear? By a CPU execution. So, for you, it takes 15 minutes to complete it. So, in this example, burst time is 15 minutes. Is it clear? Now, arrival time. Time at which you have arrived to the restaurant. At what time you have arrived? At 8 p.m. So your arrival time is 8 p.m. to the restaurant. Now completion time. Suppose let's take that you have entered the restaurant at 8 o'clock. You have left the restaurant at 9 o'clock. So completion time, at what time you have done or left the restaurant? 9 o'clock. Let's take that. Okay. Now we need to compute the turnaround time, waiting time, response time for this example. Look at the turnaround time. Turnaround time is completion time minus arrival time. Meaning is that how much total time you have spent in the restaurant. So completion time is 9 p.m. and arrival time is 1 p.m. So totally you have spent 60 minutes in the restaurant. Okay, is it clear? So you came at 8 o'clock, you left at 9 o'clock. So how much time you are there in the restaurant? Obviously it is 1 hour, which is 60 minutes. Now waiting time. How much time you have waited to get your biryani? Am I right? Because when you go to the restaurant, the server will be there. He will ask, sir, what do you want? If you say biryani, then they will prepare. They will not give, they will not remove the biryani from the fridge and give it directly to you. Obviously you will throw it in the dustbin. So they will prepare. For preparing the biryani, it will take some time. So that much time you need to wait. Once it comes, you will start eating. So waiting time is nothing but turnaround time minus burst time. So how much time you have spent in the restaurant is 60 minutes minus how much time it took for you to eat the biryani, 15 minutes. So how much time you have waited in the restaurant, meaning is that 45 minutes. Is it clear? So you have waited for 45 minutes to complete the other things, like you went and sat in some table, then person came, he has taken your order, then biryani will take some time, you have eaten, everything will take in 45 minutes. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Now we will discuss about the response time. Response time is nothing but, in this example, when the biryani actually came and when you have entered into the restaurant. Suppose let's take the time at which the process gets the CPU first time. Let's take that you got the biryani at 8:45. Then your arrival time is 8 o'clock. Okay? Are you able to understand it or not? Time at which a process gets the CPU first time. When the biryani actually came to you at 8:45. And at what time you have arrived, which is equal to 45. Is it clear? Are you able to understand it or not? Because why the response time is equal to waiting time? Because it is a non-preemptive. No one will disturb you while you are eating. Am I right or wrong? When you are eating, you will eat peacefully. Once it is completed, then if you want anything, you will order. Not someone will take the biryani from you. They will say that, no, you have to eat off biryani. Like that, there will be no restrictions unless until you went with the family. Am I right? If you are single, if you are going with your friends, no one will disturb you. You will eat your whatever you want, you will eat it. If it is a preemptive scheduling algorithm, if someone says that you have to eat for 5 minutes, then you need to go for jogging and do 5 minutes, then again come and again eat for 5 minutes, like that. If they say preempt to one, is it clear? Then the waiting time and response time will be different. I hope with these examples you have understood arrival time, burst time, completion time, turnaround time, waiting time and response time. If you still have any doubts with these concepts, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.